Hello, my loves. It is your favorite empath intuitive, Kim the Goddess, here to start week one, day one of our divine feminine training. As I stated on TikTok, if you're here from there, this is a reset. We're doing a reset and renewal because we're now in a place where this is needed. And before, as I stated, I was trying to cater my message to a broader audience when the message is for a specific group of people, which are our spiritual our spiritual women that are seeking divine guidance on their journey, on their spiritual journey. Okay, so I do want to say, ladies, this message is for you. This shift, this movement, it's for you. It's all about you. That's why we're seeing decenter conversations, but I'm also seeing the conversation move into um, us beginning to reprogram our psychological, our belief systems, right? So now it's time for me to provide you guys with that information to help you with the reprogramming. Okay. So if you're guided to this channel, welcome, my love. Any information that you need about myself or this channel will be down in the description box and also in the intro, okay? So in this initial video, this is day one, we are going to go through the intro and then we are going to go into Spirit's a message for us for this week, going through for the next week, okay? So I'm going to try to make it Women Wednesdays. So we're going to do Divine Feminine Wednesdays. So make sure you have your notifications on. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And I'm also on TikTok. I also post on TikTok as well at Kim the Goddess. All that information is in the description box, okay? So let's start this over. So this book is to teach you how to love yourself and others. It's also spiritual advice for modern relationships. Now, in my previous video, we spoke on how society has shaped and formed um, the dynamics of how we view relationships. But what I want you guys to understand that the relationship that they're speaking of is your own personal relationship, because your inner reality reflects your outer reality. As above, so below. So it's important that you learn self-control and self-knowledge, discipline, all of those things. Learn about yourself before you can go into a relationship with someone else, because you are what you attract, right? So if you are spiritually aligned and if you are on your path and you are doing the work, everything that you attract, we don't chase. Everything that you attract is going to be in alignment with your highest good, as long as you are in alignment with your highest good. Okay. So let's get through this book. So it is a sacred manual for getting spiritually naked. So previously, when I started this, it's going to be important that you keep a book, okay? I have a blank one in here, and we're going to start from day one. You're going to put day one and you're going to write down, because this is a very therapeutic process. Spirituality is for your psychological, your philosophical, all of that. It's like therapy, okay? And why is it important for you to do this work, right? And why it's important for you to accept the truth, because only the truth will set you free, right? And because none of this is going to stick if you're not truly doing the work, and if your intentions aren't to truly connect with your higher self and with source, okay? So they're gonna ask you questions. There's gonna be reflection at the end of each lesson, and it's for you. So keep a spiritual journey. This is journal. This is going to be your divine feminine journal. Okay. All right. So it has a slew of goddesses in here, but what's important is we can resonate with these stories. A lot of these stories, when I first started reading them, y'all, if y'all go watch them back and watch my videos, I would laugh because I could relate to each and every one of these goddesses, right? Each one of these, and they're not just goddesses, they're not just deities, these are actual women that stood in their femininity and were warriors. And that is what the purpose of all of this is. It's to help you be that spiritual warrior, to also understand your power and to live and stand in that power. Okay. All right. So we're going to read the intro. So, why these particular ladies of love? The Divine Feminine Oracle contains 53 saints, mystics, poets, priestesses, gender rebels, cross dressers, trailblazers, and holy troublemakers who represent both divine beings and the human woman who sought to embody them. So, for example, I included the Hindu goddess. That's another thing, too, right? We are women. All this, that's why I said I don't like the word feminist, because it breaks us down into categories and it objectifies and subjectifies us, right? We are women. We are human and we are women and we embody feminine energy and we have a direct connection to divine feminine energy, spirit, source. Okay. All right. So these particular women come from all sorts of backgrounds, ethnicities, okay? And what they mean by cross-dresser is they don't mean trans. What they mean is we have women in history that defied the roles of gender and dressed up as men and were warriors and saved their people and went against these egotistical misogynistic men of their society and their times, okay? So let me get back. So for example, I included the Hindu goddess Kali and also the Hindu saint Anandami Ma, said to have been an incarnation of the goddess Kali as divine love. The potency of this article rests in the variety of images of the divine feminine, not just religious diversity, but also race, culture, gender identity, mythology. I'm sorry. Let me calm down, slow down. Mythology and geographic location. I just said all of that. And also all aspects of the divine feminine, from what's considered light to dark, are exalted in this lesson. So in this series, that's what we're going to go through, okay? So it's important that I'm not going to read all of this. Let me read the last part. For example, I include both Saint Perpetua, the 3rd century Christian revolutionary from North Africa and Sekhmet, and the Egyptian warrior goddess of sacred rage. Each card represents an aspect of the divine feminine that exists within us and that we're drawn because it's time for us to integrate and embody that aspect more fully. The red thread that connects them all is the legacy of love that each represent. So as we go through this, I will do some explanation. We will get into and what I also like about this is it breaks those things down and it kind of helps us further this conversation about how religion and patriarchy came about and disconnected us from ourselves and from our true divine connection. Okay. So I'm going to read the next one. So why this oracle? Why this now? I have long believed that there is a connection between our ideas of the divine and the status of women. If the divine is understood to be exclusively male and is referred to only as the father, then men and the masculine are of higher stature while women and the feminine are valued as less than. This imbalance harms us. So let me go and see when this book was written or when this oracle was written, copyrighted. 2018, y'all. So I'm going to segue real quick. Um when I started doing tarot, I went into a metaphysical store, which I want to do with you guys. And I always ask spirit, y'all. I have my pendulum, and I also use my spiritual gifts to connect with spirit to get divine guidance. And when I went into that store, I got my first tarot deck, which was the African American tarot deck. So one night I'm on Amazon, or I'm on Etsy, I'm online, and I was like, I want a new tarot deck. I need some guidance. What's the next step? What direction am I going in? So I said a prayer, right? I went on Google and I put in tarot deck. This tarot deck kept coming up. I went on Amazon and I searched tarot deck. This tarot deck kept coming up. So we started this. I didn't even know this was written in 2018 because this is when I started this. It goes in alignment with everything. Okay. So, and what she's saying about the imbalance, this was 2018, and we're just now having a global and communal conversation about what's going on. And it's time for us to stop trying to reason with men, have an understanding with men, trying to take them along with us, because this is about us. We are two separate species. We have two separate purposes. Within our body, we have separate functions, we have separate purposes. So it's time for us to begin to look at this world like that. That's why there's a imbalance. There should be no reason why you think another person or another species has a higher calling or purpose on this earth than you, and to allow them to bully that into you, to persecute you because of that. That's not cool. So that's why this is important. Okay. So let me continue. Um, there has always been there has always been just as many holy ladies as men. We simply haven't lived in a time that holds the feminine and the female as sacred as it holds the masculine and male. But gratefully, the time has arrived. And y'all don't even know how grateful I am to be chosen and to get it. The value in that alone, I'm going to help you get it. This oracle is a form of feminine reparation, repairing our vision and idea of what it means to be sacred, reminding us that women give birth to men, and asserting that feminine is as essential to the world as oxygen or gravity. The feminine is an elemental aspect crucial to every one of us. We're going to go into the cards. So this oracle is about the divine and the human. As I believe we are all meant to be both, but we've forgotten. A human being is as significant and as worthy of reverence as an angel or a goddess. Our purpose is the same: to give and receive love, to lend our light in the effort of expanding the amount of love we can embody. Many of us have believed that there's a celestial hierarchy to all things. That power and importance start at the top with the divine, and then below are the angels, then below are the humans, and then among us are severe divisions between sex and race and gender and religion. And then come the animals and all the beautiful created things that exist in this world that we are all connected to. So we'll get into that as well. We share a we share strengths and weaknesses with the animals. That's why it's important. That's why in spirituality, you don't just look at the social and the psychological, the biological, which is science and nature, is all also important, because we are human. And like I just said, everything is connected. Everything, you need air and you need water, you need the trees, right? Everything is connected. Okay. Okay, so it's important to recognize that there isn't a hierarchy in the spiritual world. Existence cannot be ranked on a vertical line or stacked in an order of importance. Existence is a continuum that resides on a horizontal axis where each being is as significant as the next. Love is the force that renders us all equal. The power and importance of the universe exists right here within each of us, just waiting to be remembered. You will meet each of these holy ladies eye to eye so that they can remind you of your own light. I want you to experience darshan, which is a form of seeing and being seen by the divine with each card. So, she's dedicating this deck. We're going to dedicate and we're going to consecrate this deck to be a sacred mirror, okay? So that we don't forget just how much divine love you have come from, okay? And how much of the divine is within you and your divine connection and your divine purpose, okay? All right, so that was our intro. All right, so let's get into our first goddess. So we're going to take the deck and allow spirit to guide us with our first divine goddess in our first lesson, okay? As I told y'all, y'all supposed to be keeping a journal because it's going to ask you questions of reflection, okay? The first guard is Parvati, the goddess of devotion. So you got your devotion, you got to be devoted to this work, okay? So her message is, and we will do the affirmation at the end as I did when we first started. She is the goddess of devotion, and her affirmations is, I am love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So let's read Parvati's message. So beautiful. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see? Can y'all see? I want to turn this light off, but I don't. So sorry. Let's read Parvati's message. Thank you, Spirit. It's Perpetua. Where is she? The numbers 7 and 6 are significant. Is it in here? No, it's on the computer. Remind me to give you the numerology for the number 7 and 6. Okay? All right. All right, Spirit, we ask that you open our hearts and our minds to receive this message and give us the courage and the strength and the discipline to apply this knowledge going forward. Ashe. All right, so who is Parvati? Okay. Parvati embodies the divine strength of devotion. She is the mountain that love becomes when we devote ourselves to another and to our own soul. Parvati is the Hindu goddess of fertility, love, and devotion, and of divine strength and power. This is a great start. She is the gentle and nurturing aspect of Shakti, or feminine energy. Shakti in Hindu is feminine energy. She is part of the Trivedi, a trinity of powerful Hindu goddesses together with Lakshmi and Shawati. And if you've been on my channel, some of these will sound familiar, but this is, like I said, we're doing a reset and a renewal. So if you didn't do it the first time, this is your chance, okay? And some of these things will sound familiar, but repetition is key. That's the only way that we process information, okay? So Parvati's name means she of the mountain. Her icons and depictions date back to 400 BCE. She is Shiva's wife and holds his trident. That's what this is here, a trident. And she is the mother of Ganesha, the Hindu god who removes all obstacles. Shiva lives with Parvati in her house on Mount Kailash. Their favorite pastime is discussing Hindu theology. Traditionally in Hindu, A woman goes to live with her husband's father. So this reversal reveals Parvati's priority and power. By living on Mount Kailash, Shiva becomes a part of Parvati's lineage. Lineage. Why did I say that wrong? Lineage. Remember matrilineal? Okay. So she married him. She goes to live with him, but he becomes part of her. He becomes part of her lineage, not the other way around, the reversal. Okay? But she is the bond that connects all human beings, a bond of love that helps our souls evolve. So with this card, it means that this is the soul reflection, okay? What is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce, grace, and flowing. What is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about strength we can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love. Parvati is about the divine feminine potency of being calm, benevolent, present, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. Transformation with this goddess calls for a softening. When a situation is hard, even painful, Parvati is suggesting that you allow your fist to unfold. When you pray, that's why our hands are open to receive. They're not closed. We don't use fists. We don't close our hands. They're open so that we can receive. Okay? Remember that. Open. Guess what the next sentence says? I'm going to start over. When a situation is hard, even painful, Parvati is suggesting that you allow your fist to unfold. Open and release what is clenched in fear or stress. Remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be, I love that. Your love is a mountain that cannot be moved. So open and release what is clenched in fear and stress. I like that. Write that down. Open and release what is clenched in fear and stress. And remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved. And that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. Again, remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved, and that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. The answer of what's next or highest for you can be found through the subtler act of simply abiding, grace flowing. Not reacting, not running, not hiding. A deep reservoir of power can surge up from within us when we choose to remain present. Letting devotion inhibit us in moments when our ego has typically fled infuses us with the capacity to transform all of our relationships. Devotion is not attachment. Devotion is not attachment. Devotion is not attachment. It's letting go of the illusions that you and this lover, this friend, this child, or family member, this soul within you can ever really be separate from you. It's letting go of the illusion that you and this lover, this friend, this child, or family member, this soul within you can ever really be separate from you. It's understanding the spiritual connection. Okay? Devotion brings us home to the point and purpose of every relationship, love. A love that can never leave, and that, like a mountain, can never move. A love that evolves the soul. So, our devotion question before we get into our affirmation and we wrap up this video, what you're going to write down, your question of reflection for this week is, what am I most devoted to in this moment? What has your time, your energy, your attention? What is the source of your stress? What is the source of your fear? What am I most devoted to in this moment? And that is a question for you to answer. Okay. Remember, this is about you. This is a personal, your life is your personal journey. So take it personal. Okay. Take your work and take your healing personal. Okay. So we're going to affirm and then we're going to wrap up this video. I like it. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. I love it. All right, so we are going to affirm. I need my bell. I will have my bell in my office. It's on. I have a desk in my office that's like an altar, and my bell is sitting on it, and I need to bring it in here. So that we can ding when we do our affirmations and cleanse the energy, right? But are y'all ready? We're open, right? Remember, we're open. We're open to receive. I am love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. I am love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. I am love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Ashe. So I pray and hope that this message provided you with some divine guidance, some clarity, some peace deep down within your spirit. And rewind this back as many times as you need to. Please share our channel. Please, y'all, share this message. Hit the like button so that we can get the algorithm up and grow our community. I want you guys to be blessed. Please, y'all, enjoy y'all holiday. Enjoy this time of love. Enjoy this time of giving, of gratitude, of receiving. So be open to receive all the love that this season has for you. And be blessed and stay safe, ladies. Okay? Namaste.